Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something that feels like the other shoe has finally dropped in the whole generative AI race. We've been watching the big US players, your OpenAIs, your Runways, all battling it out for video. But now it looks like a giant has not only woken up, but is already sprinting.
It was always going to happen, really.
Yeah.
You don't sit on the world's largest archive of short-form video and not build your own engine. It was inevitable.
Exactly. And the signal we're looking at today it's deceptively simple. It's a release called SeaDance 2.0. The headline we pulled really captures it all. What is SeaDance 2.0 AI video model driving ByteDance stocks and why it stands out?
Yeah, and that headline is, it's doing a lot of work. It's connecting a very specific model, a specific version of a model, directly to stock prices. That is a pretty bold claim.
Right.
Usually a new feature is just, a feature. This is being framed as a genuine market mover.
That's what I want to dig into because honestly, I'm a little skeptical when a single software update is supposedly driving stocks for a company the size of ByteDance.
Sure.
We're talking billions of users.
Right.
Does one video model really move the needle that much? Or is this just the market getting overexcited about a buzzword again?
That is the perfect question to ask. And I think to get why the market is reacting, we have to understand what SeaDance 2.0 actually is.
Yeah.
It's not just another app feature. It's infrastructure.
Okay.
And right now, in this tech climate, infrastructure is where all the valuation really lives.
So let's break this down. It feels like there are three layers here. First, the tech. What does SeaDance 2.0 actually mean for their engineering? Second, the money. Why is Wall Street rewarding this? And third, the why. Why does this one stand out when the field is suddenly so crowded?
Let's start with the name, SeaDance 2.0.
SeaDance. It obviously sounds like a nod to ByteDance, but it's that 2.0 that jumps out at me. In normal apps, 2.0 is like, we added dark mode.
Right. A new logo.
Yeah, exactly. But in AI, a jump from 1.0 to 2.0, that usually means something much more fundamental, doesn't it?
Oh, drastically. In the world of large language models, and especially video models, you don't just slap a 2.0 on a minor tweak. A 1.0 version is what we'd call the wobbly phase.
The wobbly phase, I like that.
You've seen those videos? The physics are all wrong. People have 7 fingers. A cat will morph into a bookshelf.
Right, the Will Smith eating spaghetti phase.
Exactly that. That's 1.0. It's fascinating, but it's not usable. When a company like this releases a 2.0 AI video model, they're signaling they've solved, or at least massively improved, the core stability issues. We're talking about temporal consistency.
Okay, unpack that phrase for me. Temporal consistency.
It means that if a person turns their head, they don't suddenly become a different person. If a car is driving down a street, the street doesn't just, change from London to Tokyo halfway through the shot. Hitting 2.0 implies they've gone from a research curiosity to a production-grade tool.
And that's the difference. That's why the market cares.
It is. 1.0 is a toy. 2.0 is a tool.
So if 2.0 means this is ready for business, that definitely changes the game. But what about the video part? It feels like text models have arguably hit a bit of a plateau. Is video just the next shiny object, or is it genuinely harder?
It's exponentially harder. Think about the compute needed for ChatGPT to write one paragraph.
Right.
Now multiply that by, say, 30 or 60 frames every second. And every single pixel has to make sense in relation to the pixel that came before it and the one that comes after it, all while keeping track of light and physics and texture. Video is the final boss of generative AI right now.
So for ByteDance to say we have a 2.0, they're not just showing off a product, they're flexing their computational power. They're saying, we have the GPUs, we have the architecture, and we can handle the toughest job in the industry.
And this is the big one. They have the data.
Big elephant in the room.
It really is.
Yeah.
To train a world-class video model, you need millions of hours of diverse, high-quality video. Who has more of that than anyone else on Earth? Precisely. They aren't scraping YouTube or buying up stock footage libraries like their competitors probably have to. They're sitting on a gold mine of human expression, movement, trends, everything. SeaDance 2.0 is almost certainly the result of them feeding that unique data set into their own machines.
That's a terrifying advantage when you put it like that. It's not just the code, it's the fuel. Okay, so that brings us to the second point, the money. The headline says this is driving ByteDance stocks.
Right.
Now, play the cynic with me for a second. Markets can be irrational. Is this stock bump just hype? Is it just, oh, they said AI, let's buy, or is there a real business case here?
I think the pure hype phase of AI stocks is mostly behind us. That was very 2023.
Okay.
Now, I think investors are looking for actual ROI. They're looking for defensive moats. The reason SeaDance 2.0 drives the stock isn't just that it's cool tech, it's because it solves a massive strategic problem for ByteDance.
Which is all
Content creation. Their entire business model depends on users creating engaging content for free. They can put SeaDance 2.0 inside their apps. They just lowered the barrier to creating something amazing to basically zero.
So you don't need a camera or good lighting or actors anymore.
You just need an idea.
It's like a supply-side shock. They're giving their suppliers, the creators, a super-powered factory for free.
Exactly. Which drives engagement, which drives ad revenue. But there's another angle here for the stock price, the SaaS play.
Ah, so you think they might license this out?
The name SeaDance feels like a distinct product, doesn't it? If they sell access to this model to movie studios, ad agencies, game developers, they open up a massive new revenue stream that has nothing to do with social media ad spend. That's diversification, and investors absolutely love that.
That makes a ton of sense. If you're just an ad company, you're vulnerable to a recession. If you're a critical infrastructure provider for all video production, you're sticky. You become essential.
And just think, video is incredibly expensive to make. If SeaDance 2.0 can take the cost of a 30-second ad from $50,000 down to, I don't know, $50, that is a huge amount of economic value being created. The stock price is just reflecting the potential for them to capture a piece of that value.
But here's where I get a bit stuck. They're not alone. You've got OpenAI Sora, Google has Veo, there's Runway, Pika. The list gets longer every week. The headline specifically claims SeaDance 2.0 stands out.
A qualitative claim.
Yeah. In a market this packed, how does anything really stand out? Is it just that ours is higher resolution? Because that feels like a short-term advantage. Everyone will get to 4K eventually.
You're right. Resolution is a commodity. Standing out right now in this phase of the AI war, it really comes down to two things: control and integration.
Okay, let's take those one at a time.
Control. A lot of the early video models are kind of like slot machines. You type in your prompt, you pull the lever, and you get what you get. It might be amazing. It might be a total mess. For a professional creator, that's useless. You need to be able to steer it. You need to say, pan the camera left, or make the lighting a bit warmer, or keep her face exactly the same, but change the background from a city to a forest.
So standing out could mean that SeaDance 2.0 offers that kind of granular control that others don't yet.
It's a very strong possibility. And remember, ByteDance owns CapCut, the video editing software. They understand an editor's workflow maybe better than a pure research lab would.
That's a really, really good point. I hadn't connected the CapCut dots.
If SeaDance 2.0 is built with editing in mind, not just generation, that is a huge differentiator.
And if you can generate and edit all in one place, you win.
Which leads directly to the second point, integration. This is where ByteDance has an unbelievable trump card. OpenAI doesn't have its own social network. Runway doesn't have 1 billion people using its app every day. ByteDance can put SeaDance 2.0 right into the post button on TikTok.
That's it right there. That is the why it stands out. It's a distribution.
It's the feedback loop. Imagine millions of people trying SeaDance 2.0 every single day. When they swipe away from a video, the model learns. When they share a video, the model learns. The speed of improvement, the model's learning velocity will be faster than anyone else's because they're testing it at a global scale.
So while other companies are begging people to join a Discord server to beta test,
ByteDance just flips a switch and has the planet's largest QA team working for free.
that's a moat that seems almost impossible to cross. So when the source says it stands out, it's not just the tech quality, it's this whole vertically integrated position.
Exactly. They own the data, they own the model, they own the editor, and they own the distribution platform.
That sounds like a vertical monopoly in the making, and that brings it all the way back to the stock price. If you're an investor, you see that stack and you realize, okay, this isn't just a fun new feature, this is a play for dominance.
It creates a world where ByteDance isn't just playing in the AI video space. They could end up defining the standards for it. And notice the timing. They didn't rush out a 1.0 just to get a headline. They waited for 2.0.
Which signals confidence.
It signals they solved the hard problems behind closed doors before they showed their hand. It's a very mature move. It tells the market that the move fast and break things era might be giving way to a move strategically and own markets era.
Let's shift a little to the user side. We've been talking strategy and finance. If I'm a creator or just someone scrolling, What does SeaDance 2.0 actually mean for me? Are we at the point where I can't tell what's real anymore?
We are getting very close to that, yes. But for a user, that 2.0 probably just means reliability. It means you can actually tell a story now. With a 1.0 model, you can make a cool 3-second looping GIF. With a 2.0 model, you might be able to generate a coherent 1-minute narrative with a beginning, middle, and end.
It completely changes the medium. That's not a moving image anymore. That's cinema.
It democratizes high-end production. A teenager in their bedroom suddenly has the visual toolkit of a small animation studio.
But doesn't that just flood the zone? If everyone can make something that looks like Pixar with a text prompt, doesn't the value of content itself go down?
The value of pure spectacle goes down, yes. We saw this with CGI in movies. In the 90s, CGI was the reason you went to the theater. Now it's everywhere, and no one cares unless the story is good.
That's a pretty hopeful take.
SeaDance 2.0 will force creators to compete on their ideas, not just on their production value. The technical barrier is being erased.
So it raises the creative bar?
Oh.
Or it just creates a sea of noise?
That's the risk. But from the financial view, which is our sources focus, noise is fine, as long as the noise is happening on your platform. More noise means more time spent, which means more data, which means better models.
It's a self-feeding machine.
And that right there is why this is driving stocks. The market sees the machine. They see that SeaDance 2.0 isn't just a product. It's the engine that keeps the entire ByteDance ecosystem growing, even if user growth starts to level off.
It's like it future-proofs the company. If the era of filming yourself doing a dance starts to fade, the era of prompting your own short film begins, and they're positioned to own that too.
Precisely. It's a hedge against the stagnation of the current social media model.
So to recap, we have SeaDance 2.0 as a major technical leap, probably solving stability. We have the stock movement being driven by lower content costs and new enterprise possibilities. And it stands out because of that incredible integration with TikTok and CapCut.
That pretty much covers the what, the financial impact, and the why.
But I want to push on one final thing, the 2.0. We started there. If this is what they're releasing now and it's good enough to move markets, what does 3.0 look like? How fast is this all moving?
That is the question that should keep their competitors awake at night. In the AI space, by the time version 2.0 is public, version 3.0 and 4.0 are already being trained in the lab.
So what we're seeing today, this market-moving tech, is already old news to their own engineers.
Very likely, yes. They're probably already working on real-time interactivity, generating video while you watch it, personalized to you. SeaDance 2.0 is static generation. SeaDance 3.0 could be interactive generation.
That is kind of mind-bending, but it explains the valuation. You're not buying the stock for what they released today. You're buying it for the trajectory that 2.0 proves they're on.
Exactly. The stock price is a forward-looking instrument. SeaDance 2.0 is the proof of concept that convinces the market ByteDance has a real shot at winning the entire next chapter of digital media.
It's amazing how one headline, just a string of text, can unpack into this whole web of strategy and infrastructure and future gazing.
That's the nature of the deep dive. The signals are always out there. It's just about knowing how to read them.
So for everyone listening, the next time you see a version number on an AI model, don't just gloss over it. Ask yourself, is this a feature or is this a moat? Because in this case, it really looks like a castle.
A castle with a very, very high wall.
Thanks for breaking this all down. It's always a wild ride when we peel back these layers.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
The landscape's always changing, but the fundamentals, quality, distribution, economics, they never do.
Absolutely. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Until next time, keep diving deep.